YouTube, it's your boy Brawlic John with another episode of How to Play. And on this episode, we have a team. A team that has no legs. Alright, I cannot express that enough to you guys. This team has 0 legs, no feet, no legs. Alright, and this is a really fun Trick Room team centered around MILOTIC and MAGCARGO. Let's get into the team. So, the heart and soul of this team, if I'm being totally honest, is our good friend Dusknoir, who, by the way, has no legs. But you know what he does have? He has access to that sweet, sweet Trick Room. So we like to give Dusknoir a mental herb because a lot of people, when they see this team, they want to bring Taunt, and deservedly so. Taunt is pretty good into this team. So mental herb on the Dusknoir along with Terra Dark gives us Shadow Sneak, Trick Room, Poltergeist, and Will-O-Wisp. The Will-O-Wisp is really, really good on this Dusknoir because people love to lead Iron Hand into this because they think the fake out pressure will help. But Will-O-Wisp just neuters in Iron Hands, as you guys know. Poltergeist is actually really, really strong offensive damage. Shadow Sneak allows you to pick up Focus Sash Pokemon outside of Trick Room. Dusknoir is very, very bulky on this team, so it can definitely live a couple of hits. Next up is how we set up the Trick Room. We have 2 options here. Option A is Amoonguss with Rage Powder Redirection. It's really, really powerful. Rocky Helmet, Pollen Puff, Spore, Protect. It's a very standard Amoonguss set for the meta, but it's really, really good at helping you set up those all-important Trick Rooms, right? It's also a great switch-in for Urshifus and things of that nature. Now, MILOTIC and MAGCARGO, these are the 2 offensive hitters on this team. The MILOTIC is competitive, so if your opponent has those Landos, you're going to be able to punish that. If your opponent has Parting Shot, you're going to be able to punish that. This MILOTIC loves to go Terra Fairy with Draining Kiss. This is really, really good into being able to knock out an Urshifu that's not expecting it. Scald, Coil, and Hypnosis. We want to get up Trick Room, and we want to set up the MILOTIC in the end game to be able to win with Coil and Hypnosis. The MAGCARGO here is Flame Body with Assault Vest. AV MAGCARGO is actually surprisingly bulky, and with Terra Grass and Clear Smog, this MAGCARGO is actually an answer to Dondozo. So not something you would immediately think of, but MAGCARGO can start as a lead versus Dondozo teams. They're going to think that they're totally okay. They switch in their Tatsugiri, you go Terra Grass, and you hit them with that Clear Smog, and Dondozo is doomed. We also have Earth Power, Heat Wave, Ancient Power. Ancient Power Stab on MAGCARGO is actually really, really cool stuff. Really fun Pokemon. Arbok is another one of our setup win conditions. This Arbok is Terra Dark with Intimidate and Clear Amulet. Versus really physical teams, you might want to lead Dusknoir plus Arbok. You get off the Intimidate, which means your Trick Room is even more likely to go up. And then you can hit a Coil. After a couple of Coils, this Arbok is doing insane damage with Gug Shot. And last but not least, we have Orthworm. Orthworm is really good into certain comps. What you can do with the Orthworm is you can lead Orthworm plus Dusknoir. You can go for a Shed Tail into MILOTIC or MAGCARGO, or Arbok if you want to set up an Arbok. And then you can save Orthworm for the end game because Iron Defense can actually beat a lot of Pokemon in a 1v1, especially in the current meta right now. So this team is really, really fun, really powerful. The rental's up in the right-hand corner. If you guys want to try out this team, this is a meme team, but man, is this team awesome. Also, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but this team has no legs. Yeah. Also, drop a like, a comment, a sub. Let me know what Pokemon you want me to feature next on the channel. I will feature almost anything. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subs. Yeah. Alrighty. Here we go. And this one's looking a little tough, huh? They got themselves an Urshifu, a Chien-Pao. Things could looking a little bit scary, huh? Alright, so let's think about what they can do here. They have Fake Out Pressure. They have some Pokemon that should be able to attack the Dusknoir for super effective damage. I almost like the idea of leading Amoonguss plus Dusknoir to kind of be able to redirect some of this offensive pressure that could be coming my way. But also it could be pretty bad, right? I'm trying to think if Dusknoir will just live anything anyway. I don't think that's 100% true. Alright, so I think we'll go Dusknoir Amoonguss. The question is who do we want in the back here, right? Milo looks like it could be pretty good if we go Terra Fairy here. Milo should have a pretty decent matchup into most of this. Intimidate looks pretty good as well, so I'm actually considering Arbok here. Magcargo could be good. Let's go Arbok as the last here. So yeah, this first game is gonna be a little bit interesting. I'm actually a little thrown off by my opponent, just because their team is so offensive. I think this No Legs team does a little bit better versus a little bit more balance. But let's see what they go for here, because if they lead Torn, so they led Iron Hands plus Rilla. Okay, Iron Hands, Rilla. This is pretty good for me. My Amoonguss is actually in a really good spot here. Iron Hands is Assault Vested, and the Rillaboom is Miracle Seed. Okay, so I can't redirect anything the Rillaboom's going to go for, but I am down to click Trick Room here, for sure. The question is do I Rage Powder, or do I just go straight for a Spore? I think Rage Powder is the play here, just to take whatever Iron Hands is going for. Alright, so Iron Hands just fakes out the Amoonguss, which is almost the same as Rage Powder going off. Now I'm expecting Wood Hammer. Oh, he taunted me. Oh, perfect. So we actually get Trick Room off anyway, thanks to our good friend Mental Herb. So that's actually really nice for us. So Trick Room goes up here. Now I know he can't protect. He probably doesn't have a switch in for Spore either. So the question is do I switch in an offensive threat and start setting up, or do I stay in? I think I like going for Will-O-Wisp into the Rillaboom and Spore into the Iron Hands. I think that's a pretty good play here, and then next turn I can start attacking and start making some switches here. But that was a really good turn one for me. The Mental Herb coming in absolutely clutch. Now the Dusknoir is in an interesting spot. It's got some decent offensive pressure here. I just want to get a burn down onto the Rilla, because Rilla's really bulky here, and I don't want to trade too many blows with the Rillaboom. Alright, so Spore goes into Iron Hands. That's pretty good. Now, if this Will-O-Wisp hits, we're in a pretty good spot here, I would think. Alright, show me the Will-O-Wisp. Show me the Will-O-Wisp hit, please. Alright, Will-O-Wisp connects. That's pretty good. Alright, now what's the Rillaboom going for? Are you going to once again taunt me here? Because you didn't go for Protect. You taunted the Amoonguss. That's okay. We're going to swap out the Amoonguss anyway here. We're going to try to get some offensive pressure. The Rillaboom has been burned, so I almost feel like I can just ignore the Rillaboom here. Because even with grassy terrain, it's just not going to do enough damage given the burn. So I think we Poltergeist into Iron Hands, and then we switch out into... You know, switching out into Arbok is actually pretty good here, because we get the Intimidate off, and he can't really pressure the Arbok slot here, and then I might get a free Coil. So this is going to be a very slow game. This is a game where I might even need to get up another Trick Room. But what's important is that I got the Wisp. Look at that shiny snake. That snake has no legs, in case you guys were wondering. Alright, so big Intimidate. He swaps out the hand, so... And he brings in Urshifu. Okay, interesting. So I get a free Poltergeist into the Urshifu slot here. He gets attacked by his Mystic Water, so I know he has Protect. That's pretty good chip damage, all things considered. He goes for a taunt into my Dusknoir. That's okay. So now the question becomes, does Urshifu attack here? Or does he protect? If I go for a Coil, it might not be that great of a play here. This is interesting. I kind of wish I swapped into MILOTIC here. I think I'd be in a lot better position here. I can go for Gunk Shot here, the double up, into the Urshifu slot. Urshifu could go for Protect. And then that would bring things down here. Okay, I am down to Poltergeist the Urshifu. And, man, do I want a Coil or Gunk Shot? Because I could lose the Arbok. You know what? I'm going to go for Coil here. I'm going to call Protect. Okay, so we covered for Protect with an attack. We get to set up a Coil here, which means that I should be able to knock out that Urshifu with a Gunk Shot. Which makes me feel pretty good about that. So now I get the +1 defense, +1 attack, and +1 accuracy, which makes me feel really good about hitting this Gunk Shot into the Urshifu. They taunted the Arbok, but it's too late. We already set up with Coil. So now on my last turn of Trick Room, I get to make some plays here. How many turns of Taunt do I have left here? I think Taunt will end the same turn Trick Room ends. Let's check that out. No, 2 more turns of Taunt, which can be scary, right? I am down to go for a Poltergeist into the Rillaboom slot here. And then I will go for a Gunk Shot into the Urshifu. I really hope +1 Gunk Shot knocks out. I guess there's a world where it doesn't. And that's probably a bad world to live in, huh? I feel like it does, though. Or he might just switch out the Urshifu, because he's going to feel like I'm going to double up onto it. But I would like to think that +1 knocks out. He withdraws the Urshifu. I wonder what wants to switch into a Gunk Shot here. Tornadus? Okay, I can see that. Now he has Taunt Pressure, but even then, this Poltergeist is going to do some pretty good damage here. Gets attacked by the Miracle Seed. Okay, gonna do some good chip damage. Gunk Shot lands into Tornadus. That's just gonna be a one-hit KO. Wow, okay. Okay, Arbok. Show me how you really feel. Alright, he Wood Hammers into Dusknoir. It does really not that much damage at all. So now the question becomes, if he brings in Urshifu, what's our play, right? If he brings in Urshifu, what's our play? The dimensions have returned to normal, but at the same time, I'm feeling 0 pressure from this Rillaboom, so I'm feeling like I can actually win here. I just gotta kind of call this turn right. I think what that looks like is switching into Amoonguss on the Dusknoir slot, and I think we want to Gunk Shot the Urshifu here. The reason for this is if he takes my Arbok, I should be able to get Trick Room again. Well, actually, he'll just taunt me, no? Well, I can Rage Powder the taunt. I can Rage Powder the taunt and then get the Trick Room. That's why I do this. Now, if he attacks into the Amoonguss slot here, the Dusknoir slot, then I'm in a really, really good spot here. But he might just go for the knockout onto Arbok. Not to mention, though, guys, I still have my Milotic in the back here. Is he going for Arbok, or did he go for Amoonguss? Ah, he went for Arbok. That's unfortunate. If he had... If I would have switched Amoonguss into the Arbok slot and Poltergeisted, would that have been better? Yeah, I think that would have been better. If I lose this game, it will be because that turn was really bad for me, right? Grassy Glide into Amoonguss is going to do literally no damage here. He's actually just hurting himself. So in some ways, this is still, like, fine. Now I get to bring out the Dusknoir, and I get to set up Trick Room again. Because I can Rage Powder the taunt away, right? So that's what we're looking for. Mystic Water, Miracle Seed. Oh, this is a good game. But yes, we have to Rage Powder here. And then I am going to go for another Trick Room. And I think that should be fine. Okay, so Rage Powder should come out first here with priority. Now Taunt will go into the Amoonguss. I should be walling the Urshifu kind of no matter what here. Yep, this is fine by me. You're just taking so much damage from Rocky Helmet here. Amoonguss is absolutely owning this game. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys yet, but this team has no legs at all. Not a single footsie was on this team. Alright, what's the Rillaboom going for here? Tell me you're going for another taunt. Oh, he's a grass type. Oh, no! Oh, I'm so bad at the video game. I forgot that that's how that works. Oh, that's so bad. That is so, so bad. Man, that is rough. Okay, so I forgot that's how that works. So I think here I can protect the Amoonguss. And I think what I would like to do is... You guys think Shadow Sneak kills the Rilla here? Wait a minute. So I can Rage Powder. I just don't know if Shadow Sneak gets there. Okay, no. We are going to protect the Amoonguss. And we are going to Shadow Sneak the Urshifu. Okay, so Urshifu switches out. This is interesting. Fake out. Okay. Okay, I have a play here, because the Iron Hands is still asleep, and he wasn't expecting Protect on the Amoonguss here. But I am still taunted, unfortunately. Alright, so that Iron Hands is still asleep. He went for Taunt into the Amoonguss here, but it's just not going to do anything productive. The Rilla is almost done here. A Shadow Sneak is going to take out the Rilla here, is the thing, right? So if Shadow Sneak's going to take out the Rilla, I am down to honestly switch into Milo here. And I am down to Poltergeist the Iron Hands, I think. No. I need to Shadow Sneak the Rilla to take it out. Yeah, we Shadow Sneak the Rilla here. Oh, they withdraw the Rillaboom. Okay, so I get free damage into the Urshifu then? This is such an interesting game, and I still have my Terra. So if I could get my Milotic in for free and Terra Fairy, I'm pretty sure we win. What a good game, though. If I would have just made that aggressive read that I needed... Oh my god, what happened to my screen? You're just blocking the beautiful, shiny Milotic, by the way. Alright, so he went for Fake Out. Shadow Sneak is now a knockout into the Urshifu slot here. So I am down to go Terra Fairy and Coil, I think. Terra Fairy Coil. Yeah, Terra Fairy Coil. And then I can Shadow Sneak the Urshifu. I think it's going to switch into Rilla, maybe. But I think once I can get one Coil on the Milotic, we should be okay here, right? Because there's no way he's going for Surging Strikes into Milotic. He's probably just going for Protect on the Urshifu here. Oh, what a good game for the team with no legs. What a good game. Shadow Sneak is going to knock out. Let's go! This Dusknoir is so good. Look at all these shiny Pokemon with no legs, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. Alright, Milotic gets to set up a Coil. Milotic is faster than Iron Hands. Good to know. Defense rises. Accuracy rises. I think that's GG's. Iron Hands takes its third turn of sleep. I think that's GG's, guys. I think we're feeling really good about this. Because this Rillaboom can't Fake Out. Shadow Sneak will knock it out. You're setting up the Grassy Surge really for me. Let's go ahead and let's get a Draining Kiss into the Iron Hand slot. And then let us Shadow Sneak the Rillaboom here. Alright, they Fake Out the Milo. That's totally okay. Shadow Sneak is going to then knock out the Rilla. Alright, and now it's a 3v1. It's Amoonguss, Milotic, and Dusknoir versus Iron Hands. Iron Hands never wins from here, I'm pretty sure. Iron Hands does wake up. Now, you have to go for Heavy Slam. Interesting. Alright, so Heavy Slam does a decent amount, but unfortunately not good enough. Not good enough. And they surrendered. That is a GG no re. You just lost to a team with no legs. Yeah. Alrighty, next game of the day. And isn't this the team that just won Sacramento? Yeah, I think this is the Sacramento team, if I'm not mistaken, because it has T-Tar and Como and all that good stuff. So this is a little bit scary. I don't remember the exact sets for this team. I'm just trying to remember if there's taunt, right? I feel like their best play might simply to be just doubling up the Dusknoir. I think I feel pretty decent about Amoonguss here once again. Because that Como is not Overcoat, right? So I should be able to kind of put it to sleep here. Terra Fairy Milotic is probably my win condition, just because the Como-O is probably not expecting Draining Kiss from me. Now the question is what do I want as my fourth? Intimidate from Arbok could be, like, decent. Magcargo is interesting, right? Because it could be a really good special attacker here. Arcanine. Do I bring the Arbok? Or do I just bring the Magcargo here? This is really interesting. I think it might actually be Magcargo here. Yeah, let's bring in the Magcargo, who unironically gets a special defense boost from my opponent's Sand. So if my opponent brings T-Tar, Assault Vest plus Sand is gonna make Magcargo live like almost anything from that Flutter Mane, right? And the Magcargo is here as a little bit of a semi-check to Flutter Mane, really a tier for Fire Ogerpon, but this is gonna be a very interesting game. So they go Rillaboom plus Como-O. So I honestly have nothing to be afraid of in terms of... I don't think I have anything to be afraid of in terms of them stopping my Trick Room here. I am going to click the Trick Room button. And then I am going to... Do I Rage Powder or do I Spore the Como-O here? I don't think they have a way to double up into Dusknoir and knock it out anyway. I think I will Spore the Como-O here. I'm afraid that this might be Taunt Rillaboom. Oh, wait. My Frisk activated and I didn't even pay attention to what items they had. Oh, I'm so bad at the video game. If I knew for a fact that that thing was Assault Vested, but I believe that it is, though. I believe that it is. So let's see what my opponent goes for. This also might not be the exact team from Sacramento, but I feel like it is. So the Como-O goes for Protect, okay. And what's Rilla going for here? Rilla just goes for Taunt. Oh, it taunts the Amoonguss. Interesting. So you're okay to give me Trick Room, but you're not okay with going to sleep, huh? Okay, that's okay. I think what I would like to do here is I would like to Will-O-Wisp into the Rillaboom slot, and I'm going to swap out the Amoonguss into Milo here. Because if I can start setting up the Milo, I'll be in a really good spot versus the Como-O here. They really want to set up their Como-O, and I can tell. I need this Wisp to hit, though. Not to put the jinx and the heebie-jeebies on myself, but if this Wisp does not hit, I'm in a bad spot because this could easily be Woodhammer into Milotic, which would be terrible. Oh, wow, they withdraw the Como-O. That's intriguing. Into what? Flutter Mane. Okay. I mean, Poltergeist is pretty good into Flutterbutter here, assuming they don't Terra. The Will-O-Wisp does connect. That's exactly what we needed. We needed that Will-O-Wisp to connect. I am not going to tell a lie, guys. I am not going to tell a lie here. Alright, the Rillaboom is going to taunt the Dusknoir, but little does he know I got this little special magic trick called Mental Herb. Alright, so here we are. Burned Rillaboom next to Flutter. I think I want to commit Terra Fairy here. I think I am down to Poltergeist into the U. I think I'm down to Terra Fairy and Coil here so that I have Hypnosis Pressure. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for here. I'm gonna go for Terra Fairy Coil. I think that's my best play. Okay, so this is scary. I think the scariest thing that could happen is my opponent taunting into the Milo. What are the chances that we play 2 straight taunt Rillabooms? That's actually so insane. That's so crazy. 2 straight taunt Rillabooms. It's really scary. Alright, so Poltergeist goes into Flutter Mane here. Oh, your Choice Specs. I wonder if this knocks out. Take that Flutter Mane out to pasture, buddy. Coil goes up on a Tuesday. Are you kidding me right now? This team has no legs. Woodhammer. Not today, demon. That shit does 0 damage. 0 damage. 0 damage. Milotic. Nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. I am cooking this dude. Yo, Dusknoir one-shotting Fluttermanes? Okay. Okay. He's got to be debating quitting. I wouldn't even be a part of this. No, he still has Komomomo, which can be an issue. Iron Bundle. Interesting. So he did not taunt me, right? He did not taunt the Iron Bundle here. Now, Iron Bundle probably gonna protect this turn. But I should cover in case it doesn't. I only have 2 turns of Trick Room left. I am going to Poltergeist into the Rillaboom slot, covering for a switch out. And I am going to... You know what? I'm just going to click Hypnosis into Iron Bundle here, I think. I mean, am I really afraid of Iron Bundle? Can't I just Draining Kiss it? And get my health back? It's not like a lot of damage, but... How much damage can Iron Bundle really do? I'm gonna Draining Kiss the bundle here. Because it could be Encore or something like that. He didn't protect, so that's interesting. Poltergeist is going to land into the Rillaboom. Draining Kiss is going to come out into the Iron Bundle. I'm expecting 50% damage. About 45. That's not excellent. We get some healing there. So Hypnosis was the play then. Taunt goes into Milo here, so now I can no longer Hypnosis. Okay. And Hydro Pump. More like Hydro Miss! Ha 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 ha! Not today, demon! Not today. Alright, now, do we double the Iron Bundle slot? I feel as though we do here. So we can Poltergeist the Iron Bundle slot and Draining Kiss the Iron Bundle slot. I know he might protect, but this just puts me in a position where I could just get Trick Room again. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Now, well, actually, I guess he's just gonna taunt with the Rilla, right? But, like, you know what? It's just fine, you know? Like, at this point, I'm not sure if I necessarily need the Trick Room. Oh, he Wood Hammers. Actually did a decent amount of damage. Surprised that did that much. So it's definitely possible that I do not survive the turn here into this Iron Bundle. Which makes me wonder if I should go Shadow Sneak or if I should just switch, right? The dimensions have returned to normal. I have not been taunted. I think I'm okay to switch into a Mungus here. Save the Dusknoir. And I will go for another Draining Kiss into the Iron Bundle slot. Because the Rillaboom just can't break any of my Pokemon, right, is the thing. So if I can just be consistent here, I don't have to force the Trick Room not coming out here. And even if they taunt a Mungus here, I still just have... Oh, wow, so they call the switch. It's a good call on their end. That's going to do a lot of damage to a Mungie. Woodhammer's going to do nothing here. It's actually just going to do more damage to them thanks to the chip. So yeah, that's pretty decent here. Draining Kiss is going to come out into the Iron Bundle slots, going to do a good amount of damage, make sure that my Milotic is healing up. This Rillaboom only has one more turn. How many turns of Taunt left on Milotic? 1 turn of Taunt left. I think I am happy to protect the Amoonguss here and Draining Kiss the Iron Bundle slot here. Because this is probably Rillaboom's last turn, right? So we want to be able to... Maybe we should have just let Amoonguss go down here. Iron Bundle goes for Protect. Okay. This is okay. Now, who was their last Pokemon again? Kommo-o? Interesting. So their last Pokemon is Kommo-o. They've held onto their Terra. So the taunt into the Amoonguss doesn't work, which means now you're probably dead to burn here. Which means you won't be able to taunt my Amoonguss, but you'll be able to knock it out with Freeze Dry. But then that's... Oh, the Rillaboom just lives. Interesting. Okay. So here's what I think I'm willing to do based on the Pokemon that my opponent has left. I'm going to swap into Magcargo. I am going to Draining Kiss the Iron Bundle slot here. So the reason being is we get a little bit of Regenerator, and the Amoonguss has a lot of value for me versus the Kommo-o. And since my Magcargo is Assault Vested, look at that shiny Magcargo, baby. You get in here. Yeah, you eat that Freeze Dry up. Yeah, that's going to do -6 damage. Let's go. And they taunt the Milo. That's a good taunt. That's honestly a good taunt. They know I have Hypnosis Pressure. Draining Kiss is going to go ahead and knock out the Iron Bundle here. Oh my god, these games have been so good. So many juicy reads have led me to this place. And now we got Magcargo and Milo versus Komomo. And I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good about that. Now, this Komomo still has Terastallization. If I'm not mistaken, this is Terra Steel. But here's the fun thing about it being Terra Steel is, yeah, I get to use a fire move here too. I get to use a fire move. So here we go with Heat Wave. And let us go for Draining Kiss into the Komomo. I'm fully expecting Terra Steel here. 100% expecting Terra Steel. It's debatable that I should have swapped out the Milo, but I do have that coil increase here. So even if he goes for Iron Head here, which this is going to be Terra Steel Iron Head, I'm still feeling pretty decent because you can't set up and also pressure my Milotic, right? And eventually this Magcargo is just going to knock you out. Oh, so he's just going to set up right in front of me. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. In front of 2 special attackers, that is something. Alright, big Draining Kiss coming in and doing -3 damage, but here comes that sweet Heat Wave from Magcargo, baby. Thank you, Magcargo. I appreciate you. That's how it's done. Alright, so from here, I think I just need to make sure I don't miss, right? So we need to go for Earth Power into Komomo, and we're going to go for Scald, which is now neutral with Stab. Body Press into Magcargo. Magcargo, you did your job. I saved you to the end for you to beat Komomo, and you beat Komomo, so thank you for joining, buddy. Milo with the Scald to bring this game to a close. Opponent, you just lost to a team with no legs. Yeah, alrighty, gamers, I hope you guys enjoyed those games. Those are really fun games. Normally, I post 3 matches, but because those matches were so long, I didn't want the video to go crazy into the 40-minute mark. So 2 matches, but they were really fun, really well played. Shout out to my opponents. But ultimately, my opponents were taken down by a team with no legs. GG's, everybody. Leave a like, a comment, a sub. Let me know if you enjoyed the team. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah.